Hello and welcome to ENI UK and Europe edition. I'm Love and Season reporting from London. We bring you news reports from the United Kingdom and Europe. We also have live correspondents on standby, ready to give their reports. Now the news roundup. British Prime Minister vows long overdue revamp for the UK post-Brexit economy. Third dose of anti-COVID-19 vaccine available for French medical staff. Now in lifestyles, London launches essential service buses to help homeless. This is reported by UK correspondent Janelle and Kasuga. Also in lifestyle, we'll be shown how to make Korean fried chicken by our junior reporter from the UK, Sophia Dean. From EBC Switzerland, Janssen vaccine is approved, adding ways to counter the spread of COVID-19 in the country. A report by correspondent John Kevin Glauser. From EBC Germany, Nobel Physics Prize honors scientists' work on climate change, reported by correspondent John Pavlistan. EBC correspondent Irene Juliet Arzadon will take us on a tour to explore Mallorca, one of Spain's Balearic Islands. Now in sports segment, here is Ryan Florentino. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Lovan. And yes, we have boxing at as tempers flare at the Tyson Fury versus Wilder fight and their press conference last Wednesday. Please stay tuned for that. Back to you, Lovan.
Thank you, Ryan. Now for our segment View from Our Window, we'll take a peek at the historic site of the Tintagel Castle located on the cliff tops of North Cornwall in the United Kingdom. So hope you can stay with us until the end of our program. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson rallied his Conservative Party faithful on Wednesday, vowing a far-reaching overhaul to win the UK economy of cheap foreign labour after Brexit. Shrugging off panic buying at petrol stations, bare supermarket shelves and retailers' warnings of a bleak holiday season, the Tory leader said the short-term pain was worth it. Let's listen in.
We are going to deal with the biggest underlying issues of our economy and society, the problems that no government has had the guts to tackle before. And I mean the long-term structural weaknesses in the UK economy. We are now on a change of direction that has been long overdue in the UK economy. We're not going back to the same old broken model with low wages, low growth, low skills and low productivity, all of it enabled and assisted by uncontrolled immigration. It is not just that vaccination has saved more than 120,000 lives. Vaccination has allowed us to meet like this and blessed us with such rapid growth, with wages rising fastest for those on lowest incomes, and that is levelling up in action. These vaccines have ensured that by a simple vowel mutation, jabs, jabs, jabs become jobs, jobs, jobs.
In the meantime, the government has grudgingly agreed to a limited number of short-term visas to lure truck drivers and poultry workers from Eastern Europe. The government blames the acute labour shortages affecting the UK economy, not in its hardline approach in Brexit, but on the UK coronavirus pandemic. The supply crisis risks undermining themes that Johnson emphasized in his conference speech, including global Britain after the EU divorce. He touted a new defense alliance with Australia and the United States, dubbed AUKUS, which has infuriated France after Canberra cancelled a lucrative contract for French submarines. Now, the French government announced on Thursday that medical staff who are fully vaccinated, who have had vaccination scheduled for more than 6 months, can have a booster vaccination. Government spokesman Gabriel Attal says nearly 3 million medical staff are concerned by this vaccine booster campaign. According to Attal, many have already expressed their wish to receive the booster shot, which they can get at vaccination centers, pharmacies, or at a doctor's clinic. The government has also decided that effective October 15th, COVID-19 tests will no longer be reimbursed for non-vaccinated adults who do not have a medical prescription or who are not reported as contact cases by the health insurance system. In his statement, Gabriel Attal highlighted that the taxes and contributions of the French people do not have to finance tests that are used as substitute vaccine by people who have chosen not to be vaccinated. A test is not a substitute vaccine. He also added that it is not up to the community, to the French people, to finance this choice. He also starting Monday, pupils in 47 regions of the country will also no longer be required to wear masks. Thus, reporting a decline in new cases and hospitalizations, that's close to 17% less daily cases and 18.70% less daily hospitalizations in the past 7 days. Time for a break. Please do come back for more ENI UK and Europe edition.
Araw-araw sa panahon ngayon, may daming tanong kailangan ng tugon. Nandito si Ali at si Papi na rin, ang smart at pretty nanay, ang sigla pag nagkwentuhan. Ang sigaw ng Pinoy Nation, information, education. Ating saloobin, ipakita natin ang nagsasadsa, problema natin. Ano sa palagay nyo? Ano sa palagay nyo? Ano sa palagay nyo?
Ano sa palagay nyo? Abangan! Simula October 18, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga. Mapapanood sa Net25 TV, Facebook page and YouTube channel. Mapapakinggan din sa DZEC 1062 at Eagle FM 95.5.
The Bundesliga will start up again. It would be great if we had full stands and to sing our battle songs. Oh, and more goals wouldn't hurt either. A surprise would be great too. The Bundesliga highlights. Kickoff.
I'm Seth, Clark, I'm maybe. Please catch us on Letters and Music on air and online this coming Saturday, October 9, 1 to 2 p.m. on Begin at Net 20. See ya!
Welcome back to ENI UK and Europe edition. I'm Love and Season. Interesting stories now from around the UK and Europe this week. London launches essential service buses to provide a one-stop service to help homeless people. To give us the details, here's Janelle and Casita.
London launches multifunction buses to provide vital services to homeless people, such as access to a doctor, a haircut, a dentist, showers, according to Kemal Ezel, founder of Change Please, the foundation behind the initiative. Attending the launch of the initiative, Mayor of London Sadiq Khan says, "All of us have a role to play if we want to end rough sleeping." Let's listen in.
Yeah, if you've been out on the streets and homeless for 6 months to 8 years, day by day, your confidence, your self-belief, your self-worth, it just drops, it diminishes, you know. So for us, by providing even basic services like a shower, a haircut, a change of clothes, and we leave someone with a before and after photo and a little Polaroid. So what we want people to see is how they look like when they leave, and try to remember the person perhaps that they used to be, which starts to rebuild confidence. So many people...
rough sleepers. We're doing what we can to help rough sleepers. We're trying to lobby the government to change their policies to stop rough sleepers coming on our streets in the first place. But all of us has a role to play. I think we can end rough sleeping. We've done it in the past. We can do it again.
2 London buses have been repurposed to provide haircuts, medical advice, showers and financial help to homeless people in order to redirect them away from life on the streets. The founder of the Change Please initiative had explained that due to the coronavirus outbreak, there has been an increase of 130,000 households who have been homeless. Moreover, the factors such as the government ending extra support for universal credit, the end of the furlough scheme, and end to evictions have led to an increase of homelessness. Change Please aims to address the barriers that stop people from leaving the streets and help them on their way to a stable job. Kemal Ezel, the organization's chief executive, had called the project a world first that is working to build trust, break down barriers, and then lift people out of homelessness. Furthermore, the initiative was funded by the Change Please coffee business, which in turn helps homeless people train to become baristas. The coffee business also provides further support in terms of broader employment. Also, there are hopes that the buses will give coronavirus vaccines from early 2022. These buses and their services will last 6 days per week for the next 2 years. Each bus will support at least 6 people a day, costing approximately £22,000 per month. Homeless people will be able to send a text request in order to access healthcare. In the coming months, Change Please is planning to launch a 3rd bus, and this bus will help provide counselling and mental health advice. Reporting from London, United Kingdom, I'm Janelle Kasuga. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Janelle, for that wonderful report. We now get to learn how to make a very popular dish, and that's Korean fried chicken. Young Sophia Dean from the UK shows us how it's done. Let's watch.
Hello Nesters, my name is Sophia and I live in the UK. Today I'm going to be making Korean fried chicken. Let's start! Chicken. My name is Sophia Dean and we live in interesting times. Bye!
It sure looks tasty. Thank you, Sophia, for that easy-to-follow tutorial. You've given me something to do this weekend. Now, time for a break. Please come back for more ENI UK and Europe edition.
Relax na relax, ano? At ikaw din, pwede mong maramdaman ang ganyang kaginhawaan. Hindi lang sa katawan, maging sa buhay at sa bulsang dati walang laman. Paano yan? Yan ang ating tututukan.
Ang malaking kita po, talagang nasa negosyo.
Ito rin yung nagbuhay sa amin. Ito po yung nag-survive sa amin dito sa pandemic na ito. Na-meet ko sila Ma'am Baby at Sir June. Doon ko nakita na kayang kumita ng malaki.
From zero po talaga kami. Pero dahil po dito, naitaguyod po namin ang aming buhay.
Ako po si Robin Padilla at ito po ang unlad. Kagapay sa hanap buhay.
Welcome back to ANI UK and Europe edition. I'm Lovan Season. More interesting stories in the UK and Europe this week. Switzerland approves that Janssen vaccine that thus adding ways to counter the spread of COVID-19 in the country. John Kevin Glauser has this report. Let's watch.
Switzerland has signed a contract with Janssen, the company member of the group Johnson & Johnson, to widen the offer of vaccine against COVID-19. 150,000 doses will be received and then distributed among the different cantons at the beginning of next week. This vaccine from Janssen will be the third one to be used in Switzerland and will mainly be given to people that can't receive the other vaccines available with ARNM for medical reasons. It is indeed recommended for people above 12 years old to be vaccinated with the ones with ARNM, as these vaccines are sure and offer a very good protection. However, it is recommended by the Federal Commission for Vaccinations and the Federal Office of Public Health to be vaccinated with the Johnson vaccine for people over 18 years old who can't receive the vaccines with ARNM or refuse to be vaccinated with them. But this recommendation does not include pregnant women and immunodeficient people who are still recommended to get one of the two other vaccines used in the country, either Moderna or Pfizer. This vaccine from Janssen, which is a one-dose vaccine, protects from the severe forms of COVID-19 and from hospitalization. This is the sixth contract signed by Switzerland for different vaccine doses, with Moderna and Pfizer vaccines being the only ones used up to today. This is John Kevin Closer reporting from Geneva, Switzerland. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, John, for this update. The Nobel Committee awards scientists' contribution to climate change studies. John Pabustan from our EBC Germany Bureau has some of the details. Let's listen in.
This year, the Nobel Committee honors Japanese scientist Yukiro Manabe, German scientist Klaus Hasselmann, and Italian scientist Giorgio Parisi with the Nobel Physics Prize for the work on climate models and the understanding of physical systems. The Nobel Committee praised scientists Yukiro Manabe and Klaus Hasselmann for laying the foundation of our knowledge on the Earth's climate and how humanity influences it, while Giorgio Parisi was rewarded for his revolutionary contributions to the theory of disordered materials and random processes. In a call with the Nobel Committee, Hasselmann stressed the need for urgent action. He said that there are many things we can do to prevent climate change, adding that he thought that the issue depended on whether people will realize that something which will happen in 20 or 30 years is something you have to respond to now. The chair of the Nobel Committee for Physics, Thor Hans Hansen, states that the discoveries being recognized this year demonstrate that our knowledge about the climate rests on a solid scientific foundation, based on rigorous analysis of observations. The prize announcement comes just weeks before the climate summit in Glasgow, as the rate of global warming sets off alarm bells around the world. I'm John Pabustan from the EBC Bureau, Dortmund, Germany, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you, John, for this report. We now go on tour of the sunny islands of Mallorca. Irene Juliet Azadon takes us there. Let's go.
Hi everyone, and bienvenido a Palma de Mallorca. I am Irene Juliet Arsadon, and join me to explore this beautiful island.
Let's start our journey where we landed in the capital of Mallorca, Palma. Did you know that Mallorca is the largest island of Spain by area, with over 800,000 inhabitants, and it is a popular holiday destination. Its historic streets along the city wall and the old town are well worth seeing. But what is Mallorca known for? For its beautiful beaches like here in Santani, which is located in the southeast. A visit to the weekly market should also be on your list, because here you can taste the delicacies of Spain like panada mallorquina con carne. Not far from Santani, there is a must-visit place, nice for hiking and, of course, for swimming. Cala de Moro. Or how about a stroll through Puerto Colom? That was our tour through the island of Mallorca. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. I am Irene Juliet Arsadon for ABC Bureau Germany, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you for that beautiful island tour, Irene. Now in sports, Ryan Florentino brings us the latest. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Love Anne, and thank you for having me. We have boxing this week with Fury and Deontay Wilder were prevented from a face-off as insults filled the air at an ill-tempered final press conference last Wednesday for the heavyweight world title fight. Fury puts his World Boxing Council heavyweight belt on the line in Las Vegas this Saturday, meets Wilder for the third time, 20 months after knocking out the American in their second fight. Wednesday's press conference saw profanities and sparks fly as Fury taunted Wilder over the circumstances of his defeat to the self-styled Gypsy King last year. As words escalated, the host of the press conference sought to bring both fighters together for a traditional face-to-face stare-down, only for Fury's promoter Bob Arum to refuse the confrontation. Fury and Wilder, who clashed at a press conference ahead of their first fight in LA in 2018, were hustled off the stage shortly afterwards. Wilder has accused Fury of tampering with his gloves for the second fight, where Fury dominated to score a seventh-round knockout. Wilder stood by his cheating claims when asked on them last Wednesday. "I will go to my grave believing in what I believe in," Wilder said. But his comments were dismissed by Fury as the words of a, quote, unwell person. As for his final comments, Wilder replied, "I just tell you guys to prepare yourself for the battlefield and get ready for war." Fury responded, "He says he wants to do bad things to me and hurt me, and he's got all this anger and malice and aggression. I don't want to hurt Deontay Wilder, I just want to beat him in a fight." Let's see how this fight pans out this Saturday, and we shall keep you updated for all the sports. Back to you, Lovan.
Thank you for the sports update, Ryan. Until next week.
Thank you for having me reporting from the United Kingdom. I am Ryan Florentino, and we live in interesting times.
In today's View from our window, we take a look at the historic site of the Tintagel Castle. The Tintagel Castle is located north of Cornwall, United Kingdom, with links to the stories of King Arthur. It is said to have been built in the 13th century, but with only some of the original structure remaining today. A long steel bridge connecting the mainland and the clifftop castle was built to allow visitors to access the fort sitting 100 meters above sea level. The castle is also right next to the Tintagel beach, where twice a day the sea reveals an intriguing world of rock pools for visitors to explore. This view is courtesy of our very own Ryan Florentino from our EBC UK Bureau. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing this view with us. That's it for today's program. Stay safe and keep positive as we bring you more stories next week from the United Kingdom and Europe. I'm Love and Season, and we live in interesting times.
Buong mundo ay naapektuhan ng COVID-19 pandemic. Mayaman at mahirap, lahat ay nagsisikap para makabangon at makabawi. Even celebrities are not exempted from lockdowns, quarantines, and other government restrictions. Many TV shows, movie productions, and even song recordings have halted. Paano ba naapektuhan